East is really, as a festival, about trying to sort of celebrate the fact that East London is this cultural destination. Perhaps in the past it wasn't really recognised in that way, but it's about putting it on the map, and the Olympics will help to do that as well.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the East Festival, running from the 4th to the 9th of March. I'm delighted to welcome, to open our Commonwealth Games ceremony, the Sri Mukherjee Pipe Band. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And that's a fusion of Eastern and Western culture. So you've seen some Western culture in terms of the band, you've also seen some Indian culture in terms of the drums and the dancing. And so what we're trying to represent is a fusion of Eastern and Western cultures, and that's why we're here in London today representing the East Festival.
East London is the part of London where most migrants arrived throughout history.
Lots of ethnicity, lots of people from different backgrounds. It's a great fusion of cultures.
Vibrant, very cool, lots of different communities all kind of living side by side.
It's a lot busier here than where we come from.
Diversity was central to London's winning bid to host the Games, and it remains at the heart of the project. It's one of the most diverse capital cities of the world, and the areas around the Olympic Park are incredibly diverse. Here you've got the main stadium.
It's quite small here.
It looks quite small from there. Designed to hold 80,000 people during the Olympics.
As part of the East Festival, we have a large strand on architecture because there's so much rebuilding going on around the Olympic Park and that part of the city. We'll have various talks and debates about the architecture that's being built, the history and the heritage of East London architecture, which is over 1,000 years old. We'll also have a guided tour looking at the Olympics and the way in which the area has changed. So there's quite a lot of activity reflecting on the fact that East London will be hosting the Olympic Games.
Anybody with a red sticker, you're coming with me? These walks are actually, we're doing them at the moment, we're doing them every Saturday and Sunday all through the year. From the 1st of April, they're going to be going every single day, all the way through until 2012. Now, if you'll just bear with me for a little while I just try and set the scene, really to tell you a little bit about what was here in the past and the industry, and then we'll start going all Olympic. Some areas, when we devised this walk originally, it was slightly different. The reason really that London clinched the bid is really because of the legacy. There are people who live on the other side of London who think that Stratford, is somewhere on the other end of the earth. It is not. It is 6 miles from the official centre of London.
The Games is not just about hosting, as I say, the great sporting event and building sporting venues, but using public investment to build new roads, new bridges, clean up the waterways, clean up some of the contaminated land which exists in the area, and transform it for many generations, not just for the Olympics.
Their arts and cultural programme is about telling residents and restoring a sense of identity to the park, because there's so much new building going on, and it would be a shame to lose its identity and to forget really what an important place it had in terms of the development of London and the kind of the economy of the whole of the country. In connection with all these other major infrastructure projects will make a big difference, and obviously what we'd want is that the people who live in that area feel a connection to it, that it's not being imposed on them.
We've got the Olympic Stadium here right in front of us. It's going to be where the opening and closing ceremonies will take place. 4 billion people from all around the world are going to be watching the action.
These were walking tours because it really opens it up for you, and you really learn a lot about what's going on.
Much more open out here than I was expecting, I suppose because it's all been levelled and regenerated.
This is not the East End that I knew and that I visited, because it's completely different. Obviously the London Olympics are quite a way off still, but you can see that there's a lot of development in the area and a lot of things happening because of the Olympics. They wouldn't happen in East London already. So for instance, this exhibition, we wouldn't have had this exhibition if it wasn't for the Olympics taking place in London in 2012.
There'll be huge events and carnivals going on during the 2012 Games.
Our ambition is to perform in the opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympic Games.
To prepare for the 2012 Olympics, we hope to do something similar to the dance that we've performed today.
London is such a creative centre that some of our best artists and musicians and writers will be participating in this big cultural festival.